FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.
Kareem Bean Pie is the grand champion of all bean pies. The rich flavor and smooth texture takes this pie to a whole new level of delicious. One bite and you'll understand why people all over the country call daily to order Kareem Bean Pie. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie.
This bean pie is delicious.
Muhammad Speaks presents Messenger Elijah Muhammad's Teachings by Minister Khalil Shabazz every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. at Muhammad's Temple of Islam, 12609 East McNichols Road in Detroit.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, Thee alone do we serve, and Thee alone seek for Thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path of those upon whom Thou hast bestowed Thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom Thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard Thy teachings. Say He allows one God. Allah is He of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is He begotten, there is none like Him. And I bear witness that none is to be served, worship, or praised besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. We'd like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters who extended us the greetings of Assalamu alaikum. We have the Rafiq family, and we have Khalil Muhammad from Florida. I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Today, we'd like to talk about July 3rd, 1970, Muhammad Speaks, and it's called War, Confusion, and Revolution. And the messenger says, he says, in the stage of the making of the devil, the white race, confusion existed between the Arab world and Yaqub, the father of the devil. He says Yaqub's, a black scientist, teachings to his made man, the white race, was that they make mischief in the land and rule the Aboriginal black people by dividing them one against the other. Now, in this article, the messenger describes us as the Arab world. That's what he says. He says that in the stage of the making of the devil, the white race, confusion existed between the Arab world and Yaqub. Because the messenger spoke about Yaqub and the making of the devil and the message to the black man, and in many different Muhammad Speaks newspapers. And many times he refers to us as Arabs. Many times he refers to us as Arabs. Because the one thing that we need to understand about the different categories of people that we used to hearing is the biblical description of people. Yes, sir. Because the white man, the only way he can make himself something divine is he got to say something or use the interpretation of the Bible. Because in the Bible, they can say we Semitic people. We Semites. So if you speak against a Jewish person, they'll call you anti-Semitic. Because Shem was the eldest son of Noah. Imagine that. The white man is a descendant of the eldest son of Noah. We just some niggas from Africa when you look at the white man's interpretation of people. But the messenger says the Aboriginal people. Aboriginal people. The white man don't want to deal with it, nothing original. He never talk about Aboriginal. He wants to talk about Shem and Japheth and Ishmaelites and Levites and all that kind of stuff, because you can't really trace that. But the messenger says we are the Aboriginal. That's right. Now, what do we mean when he say Aboriginal? Let's go to the messenger. And this comes from the April 5th, 1968 Muhammad Speaks, and this one is called Unalike Attract, Alike Repels. This right here is in the lesson.
Right.
This is lesson number 2, question number 21. It's called, let's go to it. It says, who is the founder of Unalikes Attract and Like Repels? Yes. That's the question in the lesson. Because we get a confusion in this generation of Islam about the lesson. We don't mean no disrespect to nobody. We just got to tell the truth.
That's right.
A lot of people say that the lost founds wasn't getting the lessons. You know, the messenger only had the lessons for registered Muslims.
That's right.
So a brother felt like the lost found should get it too. So he decided that he was going to go out and give lost founds lessons. So they give this brother credit for, as they say, saving the babies. But when you look at the history, the documented history, because we can't go by this oral stuff with people talking about people.
That's right.
We got to have some documented facts to prove what you're saying.
That's right.
Because this right here is a lesson.
That's right.
The difference between what the messenger was doing and what these other brothers was doing, these brothers didn't like the messenger's interpretation of the lessons. That's what it is. It ain't had nothing to do with saving no babies. Because if you look at the history of the messenger exhausted every means possible to get the lost found.
That's right.
Every means.
That's right.
The messenger had a national radio broadcast.
That's right.
The messenger had people had a prison ministry.
That's right.
Where he was going to the prisons teaching brothers Islam. And he was taking the devil to court to be able to teach brothers Islam in the prisons.
That's right.
So you can listen to the messenger on the radio. You ain't have to leave your house.
That's right. That's right.
You can listen to him on the radio. If you left your house, you can see a FOI on the street. He give you the paper.
Right.
You can come to the temple. The messenger had businesses.
That's right.
Every means possible, humanly possible, to reach the lost found, the messenger was doing it.
That's right.
So the problem with the messenger's teachings wasn't that it wasn't getting to the black man. The problem was the interpretation. So when brothers don't like the interpretation, that's when they leave out and form their own thing and then try to criticize the messenger like, well, you know, it wasn't getting to these people. But that's not true.
That's right.
Because this Muhammad Speaks newspaper, which is the April 5th, 1968. Then we had the Muhammad Speaks newspaper that we read now, which is the July 3rd, 1970, World Confusion and Revolution, talking about lessons. Then you have, this is another Muhammad Speaks newspaper. This one is the July 11th, 1969, and it's the 4th of July, Independence Day, talking about lessons. You got it in the message to the black man.
That's right.
So we don't mean no disrespect to nobody. But we don't have to agree with what brothers is saying.
That's right.
We don't have to agree with you.
That's right.
And just because we disagree with you don't mean we disrespecting you. That's what you saying. We don't have to agree with that. We don't have to believe that.
Right.
But the messenger, if the babies didn't accept it from the messenger, the babies didn't want it.
That's right.
Because all praise is due to Allah. That's just the facts.
That's right.
What elder means if the messenger wasn't getting to the babies? What means was somebody else using to get to them? What would you, if the messenger got FOI and the Muhammad Speaks newspaper is the #1 black newspaper in the country, at the height of the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, they were selling 950,000 copies a week.
Yes, sir.
What else you gonna do? What else can a man do?
Right. Right.
He got white in H&G.
Yeah.
Well, you had 500 black brothers in New York with jobs
Right.
from the white in H&G. Just in New York.
That's right.
You had brothers in Philly. You had brothers in Detroit, brothers in Los Angeles selling white in H&G. And on the carton it said, read Muhammad Speaks newspaper. What else the messenger gonna do?
Right.
What else he gonna do?
Right.
He on the radio.
Right.
You can come to Savior's Day.
Right. That's right.
You can come to a temple. Brothers out there getting you. What else he gonna do?
Yes, sir.
So we don't agree with that.
That's right.
We don't mean no disrespect to nobody, but the messenger was doing it.
He was doing
The messenger was the messenger of Allah. He was doing it.
That's right.
We can't agree with you talking about somebody else, giving somebody else credit. We can't do that.
Right.
We Muslims.
That's
Followers
right.
of the messenger. That's
right.
all it is. So you have a lesson where the messenger is explaining Unlike subtract and like repel. And he explains to us what aboriginal means. And he says that aboriginal, excuse me, he says the black man has been ruling the earth for billions and trillions of years, according to the teachings of God to me in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever. And they have built many civilizations on this earth. Everywhere we are today, even where we are today, North America, once long in the past flourished with a fine civilization of the black man who is the originator. So the messenger is saying that the black man has been ruling the earth for billions and trillions of years.
Right. Yes, sir.
Everywhere on the earth we had a great civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
Right.
So when the white man try to come in with this Noah stuff, talking about after the flood, Noah, sons and all that, we've been had civilizations billions and trillions of years.
That's right.
What you talking about Noah? What you talking about some Ishmaelites and Levites and Jebusites and all that kind of stuff? What's that? That's garbage. It's garbage. But the only way that the white man can make himself a divine man is by talking all this Levite stuff. He can't talk about original because the messenger taught us in the making of the white man. He says that when you get down to the last stage, which is white, it's no more original.
That's right.
It's weak and wicked.
That's right.
So the white man is something totally different from human beings.
That's right.
It's not a human being. The messenger compared the white man. He said that the white man is like a civilized monkey that you see at the zoo.
That's right.
What he said. Praise be to Allah.
That's right.
Because
Yes, sir.
this kind of teaching we don't get too much
That's
in
right.
this new school stuff.
That's right.
We try to act like everybody God's people. No. When the messenger taught in this article, the messenger got at the bottom of the article. This is a humongous article the messenger got in the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. And at the bottom of the article, at the end, the messenger says, this will continue throughout the issues of this paper. Cut out this article and keep it as a memorial in your homes.
Yes,
For the lost found.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Because even though the messenger didn't give lost founds lessons, he still gave them the interpretation of what he was talking about.
That's right.
That's what we need to explain in this new school stuff.
That's right.
It wasn't so much that the messenger didn't want brothers to know what the information in the lesson. It's just the interpretation of it. Because the lesson is like a cliff note. It's incomplete. Just asking the simple questions. Giving simple answers.
That's right.
And if you get that to a lost found, he ain't gonna understand if he ain't coming to the temple, getting the teachings from the messenger.
That's right. That's
You don't understand what he's talking about.
right.
Because it's a little short version, but in the articles and in the message to the black man, the messenger get in depth. Because even when you read the articles, the Muhammad Speaks newspaper article, the messenger might pick up from that on another article and go even further than that in the article.
Yes, sir.
But when you look at the lesson, any lesson, because they online, go look at the lessons, then look at the message to the black man and compare. Because in lesson number 1, question number 4, we're talking about Yaqub he ran the devil over the hot deserts. Go look at that lesson because it's online, and then compare it to what you read in the message to the black man.
Yes, sir.
While we run Yaqub and his made devil from the root of civilization. Go look at that and then compare what the messenger explained in the message to the black man. And see how much more detail the messenger give in the message to the black man than he gives in the lesson.
That's right. Yes, sir.
He wanted it was just so you could get a better understanding by coming to the temple. You getting the same information. But what's for registered Muslims, and that should be understandable.
That should. Yes, sir.
You should understand that, just like in the military. It's certain stuff for military people that you don't share with everybody else. You know all you need to know about the military. They're not trying to hide nothing from you. But the point is that if you're not in the military, if you ain't going to the field, what you need to know about what them soldiers doing in the field, you ain't doing what they doing.
That's right.
You're going to have a different understanding if you got their information. So instead of confusing you, Like, leaders for the soldiers. You don't need to tell them that, but they getting it anyway. They see we at war. They see the outcome.
Right.
They see what we doing. So they don't need to know all of that. So when the messenger was giving us information, we don't want lost founds to think it's something we learning that you not learning. It's all the same.
That's right. That's right.
The messenger taught everybody it's the same.
That's right.
The only thing different is he had a way about how he wanted us to be taught.
Yes, sir.
The sisters got something different they learned than the brothers. How it is, they sit on a different side. We can't go in that class. What's for them is for them.
That's right.
It's for us is for us.
That's right.
We ain't even supposed to discuss it, and we Muslims.
That's right.
That's the messenger.
That's
We
right.
can't be going asking our wife, what y'all learn in MGT class?
That's right.
That's just how it go. That was the messenger. It wasn't like he was just trying to withhold information from the brother, telling the sister something, don't tell the brother.
Right.
Just that's how you learn. That's how the messenger set up the nation of Islam.
Praise be to
All praise due to Allah.
God. That's right. Yes, sir.
So the messenger goes on to say, this is what we mean when we say original or aboriginal. It means the first. So when you talk about Arabia, to say an Arab is not a race. When you say Arab, black is a race, white is a race, brown is a race. Arab is not a race. You can't say I'm a race, but the white man want us to think Arab is a race. Arab is like saying I'm a West Indian. When you say you're a West Indian, you saying I live in the Caribbean, like I'm from Dominican Republic. I'm from Puerto Rico. That's what you saying, the inhabitants of a specific area. Or when you say I'm Latin, that's for Latin America. You could be from Brazil. You could be from, Brazil, Chile. Any of those Latin American countries, you say I'm Latin. So when you say I'm an Arab, it's supposed to mean people who are original to Arabia. That's what Arab is. It's not a race. But the white man wants us to think that these white Arabs, when they say Arab.
Yes, sir.
So if we read in the messenger's article and he say Arab, we ain't thinking about no Aboriginal. We thinking about this white Arab. That's what the white man want us to think. We Aboriginal.
That's right.
We are the original man
That's right.
to the planet Earth.
That's right.
All praise due to Allah.
That's right.
We original everywhere.
That's right.
So if you got some geographical term talking about where somebody lived, we Aboriginal. We was there first.
That's right.
That's what we talking about when we talking about our flag.
That's right. Yes, sir.
When we say the sun, moon, and star,
Yeah.
we mean everything.
That's right.
That's why we don't get with the Africa stuff.
Yeah.
Talking about we African. We everything.
Yes, sir.
We everything. So to sum it all up, we just say we the Asiatic black man from the tribe of Shabazz.
That's right. Yes,
That's how
sir.
we break it down. We Asiatic, brother.
Yes,
We ain't
sir.
no nationality, none of that. No Israelite, no more, none of that.
Yeah.
We Asiatic.
That's right.
We the Aboriginal black man.
That's right.
Everything is us.
Yes, sir.
So the messenger says this is what we mean when we say original or aboriginal. It means the first. I do think my people should be happy today to know that they are the children of the first God.
Yes, sir.
Should be happy.
Yes, sir.
If you look at the messenger teaching and what he taught us, every black person should be happy to hear that.
That's right. That's right.
But you would be surprised how many people hear the teachings of the messenger and then want to change. Messenger said, I heard him say one time, he said, everything I teach you is in your favor, so why not believe?
Yes, sir.
Everything I'm teaching you in your favor. What you got to change?
That's right.
What you got to add to?
Right.
Everything is in your favor.
That's right.
How need to live in your favor.
Yes, sir.
God is in your favor.
Right.
Salvation is in your favor.
Right.
Getting your brother is in your favor.
Yes, sir.
Loving yourself is in your favor.
Right.
Everything he teaching you is in your favor.
That's right.
But you still got brothers who ain't satisfied with that.
That's right.
Do for yourself is in your favor.
Right.
All of that. What can you name of the messenger teaching that ain't in our favor? 100%. God loves us and hate the devil.
That's right.
It's in our favor.
That's right.
All praise due to Allah.
Enjoying the show? Help keep us on the air. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033 to make a donation.
He gonna destroy the devil.
That's right.
The black man is God. That's what he teach your wife.
Yes, sir.
You the God.
That's right.
Teach her to submit to you.
That's right.
What else you want?
That's right.
What else you want?
Yes,
That's
sir.
why when you have brothers who will change the teaching of the messenger, ain't no hope for them.
That's right.
Ain't no hope for them.
right.
Ain't no saving them.
right.
If you were a brother and you was in the temple and you were changed the teaching of the master, we can't trust you.
That's right.
Trust you. Everything in your faith. That's like if you give a man a break and he still go back on that break and still commit the same, you need to be in jail, brother.
That's right.
I'll cut you a break. What else you want? You must want to be in jail. You want to be in hell if you reject the teachings of the master.
That's right.
Ain't no hope for none of these brothers
That's right.
who changed the teachings of the master. Because everything he taught us is in our favor. Teaching us that we the aboriginal black man.
That's right.
Teaching us that everywhere there's land on this earth, we original to that.
That's the.
What else you want to hear? So the messenger, when he used to make these articles, he also used to have cartoons. And every time he showed the Arab, he showed the Arab as a black man. This right here is a picture, and this called the Great Day of Separation. And it says, it quotes from the Bible, it says, in that day, every man shall go to his own country and people. And then we see here is a black Arab. He got his turban on. And we see right here, and this represents Asia. And he pointing in this direction, telling the white man to leave Asia and go back to Europe.
Okay.
Then you got another black Arab who has a different kind of a headdress on. It's the type of headdress where they had a scarf with the little thing tied around it. I forgot what the name of it was. I looked it up. But they call that something. But this is a different head covering than the turban. But the messenger even got that one black. And he's in Africa pointing to Europe, telling the devil to go back to Europe and get out of Africa.
Visit us in person every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. at Muhammad Temple of Islam, 12609 East McNichols Road in Detroit. For more information, 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033.
Then the messenger has progress section. Because he was always teaching us the truth about who we were.
That's right.
Always teaching us the truth. And in this progress section, he also got a picture of some Arabs. In this progress section is the September 4th, 1970, Muhammad speaks. So now he got the black man with the turban on, the black man with the fez on, and another black man that got the black headdress. And you see this says civilized, and this says uncivilized.
Visit us online at muhammadspeaks.com.
This is a picture of how black people in the 70s used to dress.
Yes, sir.
Sister with a mini skirt on with the afro. Brother got on shorts, sleeveless shirt with the long beard and the afro. Uncivilized.
That's right.
So the messenger was always teaching us that the black man is the aboriginal.
That's right.
And when you say aboriginal, you talking about original inhabitants of a land.
Yes, sir.
That's what aboriginal means. If you talk about the aboriginal people of Africa, the aboriginal people of the Middle East,
Yes, sir.
the aboriginal people of America, that's talking about the original or the first people to live on that land.
Yes, sir.
And the white man does not want to talk about aboriginal. He want to talk about Ishmaelites and all that kind of stuff. Because even when you talk about Ishmael, because they say that the Arabs descend or they can trace their lineage to Ishmael. Ishmael's mother was an Egyptian. That was his mother. So if you look at the hieroglyphics on the walls of the pyramids and all of these ancient Egyptian monuments, when the Egyptians painted a picture of themselves, they painted a picture of black people.
Yes, sir.
That's like me. Now, this is how the white man's Bible stuff is crazy. Now, if you gonna trace the lineage of the Arabs to Ishmael, why don't you trace it to Abraham? Why you start with Ishmael? What?
Right.
Because if I'm an Arab, my son gonna be an Arab.
Right.
Because if Ishmael is an Arab, then Ishmael's son's an Arab, his son.
Right.
So what about Abraham?
Right.
Why Abraham ain't Arab? Then what about Abraham's daddy? What's Abraham's daddy? Well, just like with Noah. They say Shem, Japheth, and Ham, I guess. So Why don't they start it with Noah? Why they started with Shem now to talk about the breakdown? Because whatever Noah was, that's what Shem was.
That's right.
Just so how silly that is. Now, let's just say Noah was Chinese. Let's just use that as an example to show you how foolish all this stuff is if you don't talk about Aboriginal. Let's just say Noah Chinese and his wife Chinese. He got 3 sons who was Chinese. Now, if one of his sons go to Arabia, then one of his sons go to Africa, then one of his sons go to Europe. What happens that magically makes that Chinese person in Europe turn into a white person?
Right.
What magically happens in Africa that makes that Chinese person turn into an African? What magically happens in Arabia that makes that Chinese person turn into an Arab? So when you're talking about Noah and the Shemites and I'm Semitic and all of that, what makes them different? Because the messenger even talked on that, about how they try to say that when you go to a different land, that's what make you what you are. Like if you travel and mingle. He said the black man can adapt to any climate.
Yes, sir.
So if Noah was a black man and his children went to Europe, they could adapt to that. They went to Africa, they could adapt to that if they went. That's why you need to know we the Aboriginal
That's right.
people of the earth.
That's right.
We can adapt to any climate. We can go anywhere. The white man is the one who can't adapt to any climate. That's him. So the messenger teaches us that we are the Aboriginal black man. And these are pictures of real Arabs that the white man never showed you. This is a black Arab. The black man. But whenever they show the black Arab, they say he was Arabized and Islamized. That's what they say. Because they try to make it seem like when Islam came through with Prophet Muhammad, the Arabs Islamized the black man. But when you look at the history of Islam, because they try to make Islam a white Arab religion. When Prophet Muhammad went to the white Arabs, they rejected Islam too. Islam wasn't no religion that's in favor of no white Arab. Islam come from Allah. Islam is the revelation from Allah to stop you from doing what you think is right. That's what Islam is. So when you read the history of Prophet Muhammad, he had to run. It wasn't like they was like, oh man, that's what's up. No, it wasn't like that. He had to run. Run from Mecca to Medina. It's a long way to be running. He had to send his people to hide. All that. So Islam is not no religion that's in favor to no white Arab. You talking about that's a white Arab religion. You practicing the white Arab. No, it's the black man's religion.
Yes, sir.
Allah is the black man.
Yes, sir.
Aboriginal. So whenever you see a black man who is an Arab, he ain't been no Islamized. Islam is the black man's religion.
Yes, sir.
And the way that the Arab interpret things, they interpret things in their favor too. And the messenger also had to get at them too about the way they interpret a thing. Because they want to interpret a thing like, this is our religion. When they come over here, I remember one time I was in a Arab store. Because when I first became a Muslim, I didn't really know what the real differences was between Nation of Islam Muslims and regular Orthodox Muslims. So I used to look at them to see like what they do that's different from us. So the first thing I began to notice is that they still sell pork to black people even though they're Muslim. It's the first thing I noticed. I remember one time I was in an Arab store. I didn't say I was a Muslim, I was just waiting in line. And he had a picture of him in Mecca. And the brother asked him, like, what is that? He's selling pork pizza slices, cigarettes, alcohol, and everything. Now, he got a picture of him in Mecca. He ain't even ashamed.
Right.
And he's selling pork to the black man. So he telling the brother, like, yeah, I'm a Muslim. I went to Mecca, he talking to the brother like he ain't nothing, like I'm a Muslim, y'all niggas. That's how he was talking to this brother. I'm looking at him like, ain't that something? You will still sell this brother hog when you know it's the divinely prohibited flesh.
They do. Yes, sir.
So what would make a black man be more attracted to that than the messenger taught? When it ain't even helping them to not. Muslims who follow the messenger won't sell no pork. Not no practicing Muslim
That's right.
following no messenger.
That's
No, you ain't selling no hog.
That's right.
Because in the time of the messenger, none of the Muslim establishments would sell to the lost found what we wouldn't eat.
That's right.
That was the message. We ain't gonna sell you no hog, and we don't eat hog, and we know it's divinely prohibited. They'll do it. I done seen it. When I used to deliver at FedEx, they would have their prayer rugs. Had their prayer rugs all out, and they selling liquor and stuff. Still would excuse himself to go pray like, I gotta go say my prayers. But you selling hog. That's the difference. But the black man, this is the black man's religion. We are the Aboriginal people of the earth.
That's right.
Islam is our nature.
That's right.
Islam ain't no religion for us. Islam is our nature. And that's what the Holy Quran says. It's the nature in which Allah created man. It ain't no religion. It was made into a religion when the devil came on the scene and put everybody to sleep. So now it's a religion. Because you got to be taught. But before, this is our religion. We ain't been Islamized. We ain't been Arabized.
Right.
We're the Aboriginal black man.
That's right.
But the white man don't show you black Arabs like this. You got another black Arab. And these old school pictures. And these brothers don't look raggedy. This brother is the Sultan of Zanzibar. This brother.
Yes,
He don't look like he no slave.
that's right.
How about this brother a slave? This brother the Sultan of Zanzibar. Looking like he got it going on. Then you got another picture of some people from Zanzibar. These two sisters. And it says 2 Arab ladies from Zanzibar. I think this picture was taken in 1913. They was referred to as Arabs.
Enjoying the show? Help keep us on the air. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033 to make a donation.
Visit us online at mohammedspeaks.com.
It wasn't no thing to call them Arabs and they was black. It wasn't no thing. But see, the white man had political purposes of why he'd say what he say now.
Yes, sir.
You know, just because they call you, because they got one with the Mexicans. 1 minute they'll call him a Hispanic. Next minute they'll call him a Latino. Next minute he a Chicano. Call you what they want to call you. 1 minute we Negroes. Next minute we Afro-Americans. Now it's black. That's how the white man do.
That's right.
Even all over the earth. He do that to the people. He call them what he want to call them. Give them a name. And I was reading this article about these Africans. She was talking about, this little girl was talking about how it felt to have a European Christian name. Because she was saying about how in her country, once they start giving the high echelon people the Christian names, you know how they start being proud now of the Christian names. Because a lot of the African people who wasn't actually enslaved and robbed like we were, they can actually explain the process of losing their identity. So they talk about how the white man divide them. First, he start with the top people and let them be, you know, Jones and Jackson. And, you know, he Teddy. You know, he Teddy and Nkrumah. You know, and he proud to be Teddy.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So now the African thing making it look bad to be, you know, with your African thing. You like, dang. So then the young people, they make it cool to be promiscuous. I read another article. A sister was talking about how before the white man came to Africa, it was looked down upon for a woman to have sex before she was married. Said you wouldn't do that because it's your family name. And you wouldn't bring dishonor to your family name.
Yes, sir.
So she was saying how it was a dishonor. But she said when the white people came in, they started dividing up the young from the old.
Okay, yes, sir.
Then they start making it seem like it's old-fashioned to be, you know, chaste. That's old-fashioned.
Right.
You young, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want to be no virgin till you get married. You want to see what's out there. So she said slowly she could see how the young people start looking at the old people like, oh, they old-fashioned. When it's the old people usually in the culture that give you the wisdom.
That's right.
The old people.
That's right.
But when the white man can cut you off from the old people, they say the old people, that's when they can tell you what it is.
Yes, sir.
And they start making you feel ashamed of your old customs, your old traditions. I even read once when I was in school. I took an anthropology class. And the white professor was telling us. He said another way that the white man would come in. He said that when white people used to come into these African cultures, they would single one out. You know, they'd take one away from the group and give that one different stuff than what they gave the group. And be like, you know, this is yours. Like, give you a shirt or something. Or give you something that's your own personal thing. So when the person would go around the other Africans, they'd be like, you know, because usually it's our stuff. Whatever you got is mine, right. You know? Yes, so then the person oh, this mine. You know, this my stuff. They looking like, what's up with her? And that's how they start driving the wedge, because now this my car. I got a photo car. Only 5 people can fit in it, but this my car. You know, you find your own way. This is my car. But before, if you got a car, come on, let's go to the store.
Right.
But it's different now. When you got a house, if you got enough room, come on, man, I got a house. Let's go all live in it. Because that's what people still do now. But we got to this is my house. This is my car. These my shoes. So that started to drive a wedge in between the Africans and divide them. So the ones who had a lot was favoring European culture. Okay, and the people who ain't had nothing, they was the ones. So now they really can make your culture look bad. Because all the broke people is in that culture. All the lame still, you know, virgins when they get married. And that's how the white man divide and conquer. And this is what the messenger taught us, that Yaqub taught the white man.
That's right.
How to divide and conquer.
That's right.
He said that he told him to go around and tell and start telling lies on the black people.
That's right.
And once they get to fighting, you be the one.
Yes, sir.
Who be the mediator.
Right.
The white man.
That's right.
The same one who divides you.
That's right.
And that same trick that the white man did then, he's still doing today. All praise due to Allah. Because the messenger said, he says, in order to destroy the power of the enemy, the white race, at that time, they decided to drive Yaqub's made man, the white race, into the hills and mountains of West Asia, which is now known as Europe. 6,000 years ago, that desolate wilderness was known as West Asia. So when the black man, the Arab, the black man got tired of the white man causing all this confusion, they cast him out into what was then called West Asia. Because we the Asiatic black man.
That's right.
We didn't start calling it Europe until we caged the white man over there. That wasn't called Europe all the time, but the messenger said, now known as Europe, because it wasn't always known as Europe. Then he said this agreement was accepted. Therefore, the devil had to be driven into what is now called Europe. He says, according to the teachings of God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad to me, EU stands for hillsides, and rope means that these people, the white race, were roped in and isolated from the peaceful world of the Muslims.
Yes, sir.
The Muslim Arabs.
Yes, sir.
The messenger said, he ain't say the black man or nothing. He said the Arabs, because saying Arabs, that's saying black man too. Because we the Aboriginal black man from the tribe of Shabazz.
That's right.
Then he said, after Yaqub's made man, the white race, was driven out, the Arabs was not completely at peace, because the devil had left his stain of dissatisfaction and mischief making among the people of the Arab world. The stain remained because it was due to the given time of Yaqub's made man to serve the people with that which they never were served under before, confusion and bloodshed. So when the devil came into the black Arabs and started all this confusion, even after they were driven out, they still left their mark.
That's right. Yes.
So even today,
Right.
the white man leaves his mark.
That's right.
And that's why the messengers say he the skunk of the planet Earth.
That's right.
He leave his mark.
That's right.
So even among the righteous, holy black people who had never known nothing about living under no lies, never knew nothing about no enslavement, the stain of the white man
That's right. right.
even affected them.
Yes, sir.
So what we think we gonna do against the devil?
Right.
We done been here 400 years, and this devil had full access to us. Teach us what he want to teach us. He completely. The messenger said the white man made us a complete fool.
That's right.
Complete means end. Ain't no more of a fool we can be. We are a complete fool. Like, he done finished the job as far as a fool is concerned. So what we think we gonna do against the devil if he can take and make us a complete fool?
Right.
Because he left a stain on the holy people.
Yes, he did.
So the messenger said the Arabs thought that isolation and the banishing of the white race into the hills and cave sides of Europe would be the end of Yaqub's made man, the white race. The white race was made by nature to do that which his father made him for. He could not help but carry out the law under which he was made, and he has been doing so ever since he was made. He has not disobeyed his father Yaqub's law. The reader will agree with me that this is perfectly true. The white man devised the so-called Negro, Aboriginal black people until today. You can hardly unite two so-called Negroes together.
That's right.
So the white man sticks to the law that he learned from Yaqub.
That's right.
6,000 years ago.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Imagine that. 6,000 years ago, and the devil still staying true to Yaqub.
That's right.
How long the messenger been gone? 40 years. We already can't even do simple stuff he said. Wear your headpiece. How hard is that? Wear your headpiece. Wear clothes that dignify you.
Right.
Once again, in your favor. Brother shave. Short haircuts. Shoes shine. Press your suit. What he done told you that you wouldn't want to do. But he been gone 40 years. We don't do half of what he say.
That's right.
Half of what he say. But the white man, though, staying true to Yaqub, 6,000 years.
That's right.
6,000 years.
That's right.
And when he left that stain, he's still leaving stains today.
That's right.
On the black man.
That's right.
All praise is due to Allah.
Yes, sir.
He says he divided the people by telling other than the truth and teaching it to the world. All of this caused confusion. Anything opposite to the truth will finally have to go to war against other than the truth in order to keep truth and the light of truth shining in the hearts of those who love truth. Confusion revolution. He says the trouble and warring is due to the fact that it is time that the truth should reign. And the great God of truth, Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, is in person today to see that truth triumphs over falsehood. And the lovers of falsehood will fight to the bitter end to oppose truth and prevent the truth from triumphing over the nations of the earth.
Yes, sir.
So we got to know everybody don't love the truth.
That's right.
That's just a fact.
That's right.
Some people love the world that the white man established. Even black people.
That's right.
As hard as it is to believe, even black people, the world, we at the bottom
Yes, sir.
of the totem pole. When you look at people, the white man that got us so much of a complete fool, he can have other people from other countries come over here who was poor in their country, come over here and look at us like we ain't nothing but niggas. You was in Vietnam, you wasn't nothing in Vietnam. All these people that come over here in these stores in our neighborhood, they ain't nothing in their country. That's why they come here, to find freedom. Because in their country, you was raggedy. You was the nigga in your country.
Right.
But you come over here, and the white man give you a break, and it seemed like you would help the black man. Seemed like.
Right.
But you put your foot on the neck of the black man.
Yes, sir.
That's what they do.
Yep. Yes,
Even these Arabs. Because when Prophet Muhammad was on the run, he sent his people to Ethiopia. Them the facts. He sent his people to the black man. That's what he did. So it seemed like these Arabs will help us. What we in need? Prophet Muhammad said he couldn't send them to no more Arabs. He sent them to Ethiopia. Them the facts. The first person he had to accept him as a prophet was who? Bilal, the black man.
Praise be to
I
God.
praise you to Allah.
Yeah, that's right.
We always in there. You can't get away from the black man.
That's
In the
right.
Holy Quran,
Yes,
it
sir.
talks about Luqman. Luqman was a Muslim.
Yes, sir.
Luqman was an African.
Yes, sir.
The black man always been a Muslim.
That's-
So it seemed like if these Arabs was true to Muslims, true to Islam, they would help the black man. They don't help the black man. They come over here and be Muslims and oppose the messenger. When the messenger ain't do nothing for us, the Prophet Muhammad ain't do for them.
Yes, sir.
Them the facts.
Yes, sir.
That's why I don't care nothing about no Arab Muslim who don't care nothing about the messenger.
That's right.
Tell you.
Yes, sir.
You ain't telling me nothing about no Prophet Muhammad. Read the history of Prophet Muhammad. The same thing that Prophet Muhammad did for them Arabs is the same thing the messenger did for us.
Praise Jesus. That's
All
right.
praise to Allah.
That's right. That's right.
Whenever they say we not teaching true Islam, tell us what did Prophet Muhammad teach you that the messenger didn't teach us? Since you talking about some true Islam. Tell us how the Arabs accepted him. Like how y'all don't accept the messenger. Y'all didn't accept Prophet Muhammad when he came, and he said 3 generations after me won't be of me. So what you talking about?
Yes, sir.
We don't teach no true. We do teach true Islam.
That's
But the
right.
messenger taught with true Islam.
That's right.
Even when they try to say that the messenger didn't teach us about the Holy Quran when he was among us. That's what these Orthodox black Muslims say. That's why it's important to have these Muhammad Speaks newspapers.
That's right.
Because the messenger had in the message to the black man how to understand the Bible and the Holy Quran.
That's right. That's right.
He taught us Islam. He taught us how to understand
That's right.
the Bible and the Holy Quran.
sir. That's
They don't like his interpretation. That's
right.
another thing.
That's right.
Because the messenger didn't come to tell us to come join nobody else's religion. He came and told us to join our religion.
That's right.
That's what they don't like. They don't like the fact that we gonna be on the top.
That's right.
That's why we ain't trying to convert them.
That's right.
We do to them what Prophet Muhammad did to them Jews.
Right.
Prophet Muhammad was around them Jews at first, but when them Jews didn't accept him, he left them alone and went to his people. That's what we need to do.
Sir, that's
We don't accept no brother going talking about you doing Juma for what? Why you doing Juma? Why you ain't in the temple?
right.
We supposed to have temple meetings on Fridays.
That's right.
Muslims supposed to.
Yes,
You
sir.
doing that some Juma. You got lost files out there to get. Talking about you going to do some Juma.
That's right.
No, he ain't doing no Juma.
Right.
We don't accept no brother wearing no kufi.
Yes, sir.
He don't accept you. If you go to Juma and pray to him. Say you praying to Master Farah Muhammad, brother? So I'm praying to.
Right.
The purpose of me being in here doing Juma with you if you ain't praying to the Master. Oh, praying to Allah. And sitting in them.
right.
But we got weak Muslims today.
That's right.
They ain't like how Muslims was doing it. Man, I'm praying to Master Farah Muhammad, brother.
right.
We doing Juma since you want to be united.
That's right.
We praying to Master Farah Muhammad. We ain't got to get on our knees then.
That's right.
If we united, we can
Right.
stand up and do like that.
That's right.
We ain't got to get on our knees.
That's
So
right.
they ain't even united with these Muslims.
That's right.
They bowing down to them.
Yes, sir.
Messenger said Master Farah Muhammad came to get us off our knees.
That's right.
I ain't getting on my knees for nobody.
That's right.
If we ain't praying to Master Farah Muhammad, we don't need to be doing no Juma together. We can
right.
just all pray to Allah. We ain't gotta waste our time. I'm keep it real. You praying to a spook, I respect you praying to your spook. But I ain't praying to no spook. No, the messenger said Allah came to get us off our knees.
That's right.
So any black Muslim who say they following the messenger, you doing Juma is a fool.
That's
what
right.
he is.
That's
He's a
right.
fool.
That's right.
He wearing a kufi. He a fool. Only had the messenger had was fez.
Right.
You ain't never see the messenger with no kufi.
Right.
But now brothers accept this nonsense. No, we come here to set up a new Islam.
Yes, sir.
They ain't gonna accept it, then they gonna get destroyed like the messenger said.
That's right.
The messenger ain't come here to bow down to no Orthodox Muslims.
That's right.
He said he did it.
Yes, sir.
That's why it's important to have these Muhammad Speaks newspapers.
That's right.
Because you can get straight from the horse's mouth, if they say,
Yes, sir.
what the messenger actually did, what he actually taught, how it actually affected black people.
Right.
Have these Muhammad Speaks newspapers. So the messenger goes on to say, he says, there are so many of our black people who have been reared under falsehood that they will join the forces of falsehood to try to prevent truth from being the victor. This is an evil world that we are now living in. It has become the bursting point of its world. As she has done, so shall it be done unto her.
Yes, sir.
A lot of black people don't want to hear that. That's from the scriptures. It says, as she has done, so shall it be done unto her.
Yes, sir.
So all of this stuff we seeing being happening to white people, that's what they deserve. Ain't no feeling sorry. You know, oh, that's so bad. No. As what she did to other people is going to happen to her. How she divide people. She going to be divided.
That's right.
Trump dividing America more and more every day.
Yes, sir.
He ain't on the side of America. He against America, it seems like. Dividing them up. Why we feeling sorry? But they trying to drag us into this nonsense with this reparations stuff. And there's a lot of black people who gonna go for that nonsense. If they was going to really give us reparations, why didn't you support the Messengers program?
That's right.
The Messenger worked for 44 years to set up a program to where if you gave us reparations, we will already be headed in that direction.
Yes, sir.
What we got now? This devil give us some money or whatever he give us, he can take it back. Because we don't have nothing to put it into as a people. The Messenger had farmland
That's right.
for the people.
That's right.
The Messenger had businesses for the people.
Right.
The Messenger had schools for the people. We don't even have a united idea of what would we do if we get the money. What would we do if we get the land? But when the Messenger was on the scene, black people who didn't even know what they could do could say, well, the Muslims already got a farm. Muslims already got a school.
Right.
The Muslims let me put my money with them. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Right.
I don't know, just help them out.
Right.
But now, if this devil gave us some money, what we going to do? We ain't got no united idea. Okay, if the devil give us money, we can, no, we divided.
That's right.
Some people love the devil.
Right.
Some people say, well, we going to support the Republicans. We going to support the Democrats. This devil playing.
That's right.
He's just trying to lure you in and get you hellfire to love America. That's all they trying to do with this reparation. Because if the white man was for real, he wouldn't. If he was going to give us reparation, he'll let black people know what y'all should do. This man had it.
Right.
We don't want you to waste your money.
Right.
Go ahead and invest in this program. Why not?
Right.
They tell you everything else. They say that when they come and try to talk about Master Farad Muhammad with these FBI files, why don't you tell the black people what they should invest their money in?
Right.
But they don't care nothing about us.
That's right.
They don't care nothing about us. They just using this as a tool to continue to divide the black man. Because the black man don't know what it is. They don't know that the white man is the skunk of the planet Earth.
That's right.
He left a stain in heaven. Not in America.
Right.
He left a stain in heaven.
Right.
You in heaven. So if he left a stain in heaven, he don't want peace.
Yes, sir.
He don't want unity.
Yeah.
He don't want the love of the common man. Because just like black people rejecting the messenger, if you make a stain in heaven, ain't no hope for you. What we gonna do for you? You in heaven.
Right.
That's like if you in heaven and you stealing. Everything free. They just tell you, let me know what you take so we can put it back. But you say, no, I'm gonna steal it. They should kill you. Ain't no hope for you. You in heaven. It's free.
Right.
Why you gonna try to steal it? That's the white man. He in heaven. And that's how the messenger taught us on the white man. There ain't no good white man. The white man is an enemy of God.
That's right.
Not just saying like he the enemy of black people. He the enemy of God. That's how Muslims used to teach on the white man. And that's what all of this unalights attract mean. Unalights attract mean the white man can attract you to evil and filth.
That's right.
Not that the white man can attract you to peace. The white man can attract you to happiness. That's what the unalights attract mean. The white man was made unalike so he can attract us to foolishness and filth.
That's right.
That's the white man.
That's right.
The skunk of the planet Earth. All praise due to Allah.
That's it. Yes, sir.
And that's what the black man need to know.
That's right.
When you sitting up here being satisfied with some reparations, you the Aboriginal man.
That's right.
The whole earth belong to you.
That's right.
Oh man, you need to come better than that, brother. You need to give us all what's about some land.
Right.
Because every time they talk about reparations, they just talk about money. No, reparations don't mean money. Reparations mean you supposed to be doing stuff to get the people back to where they was when you messed them up. That's what reparations mean. Reparations don't mean I give you $100,000. That ain't reparations.
Right.
Reparations mean if I had land, if I had a culture, if I had a language, if I had a civilization, everything you give me is supposed to be helping me get back to that.
That's right.
That's what reparations mean.
Yes, sir.
Reparations don't mean I'm just going to give you something so you can get you a new car.
Right.
Get you a new house. Something you make could benefit your kids. No, reparations supposed to benefit generations to come. All praise due to Allah.
That's right.
When them Jews got reparations, they got stuff they can pass on.
Right.
They got a country.
Right.
That's what they got. They in the United Nations. That's what reparations is. Where our seat gonna be at in the United Nations if you talking about some reparations? That's what reparations is. But the white man, being the skunk of the planet Earth, he just using that unalights attract, just to feed you back into this America stuff. Well, brothers and sisters, we don't want to prolong the time, so I leave you as I came in the nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master, this day of judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve, and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray have they heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begat us not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none deserve to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is thy true servant and last apostle. Ameen. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone that we wouldn't have done it to ourselves, and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.
We hope you have enjoyed listening to Minister Khalil Shabazz. Tune in every Sunday morning from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock on 88.1 FM WHPR.
Kareem Bean Pie is the grand champion of all bean pies. The rich flavor and smooth texture takes this pie to a whole new level of delicious. One bite and you'll understand why people all over the country call daily to order Kareem Bean Pie. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie.
This bean pie is delicious.
Kareem Bean Pie is also available at Great Canadian Fish, Chicken, and Seafood, 7601 East 7 Mile Road. Another place you'll find Kareem Bean Pie is Davison Fresh Fish Market, 1520 East 7 Mile Road in Detroit.